Alright, polynomial equation. And today what we are treating is quadratic equation. And we normally say that quadratic equation is a polynomial whose highest power of x is 2, or polynomial of the order 2. So you can see that the highest power here is 2. So today we are going to be treating the methods of solving quadratic equation. And we say that there are 3 major methods. We have the factorization method, completing the square method, formula method. So we are going to be looking at factorization method. Here I have 3x squared plus 4x minus 15. And you need to know it's not everything that is workable. It's not everything you can solve using factorization method. So I normally prefer, once you see this, unless stated that you should use factorization method. If not, in order not to risk your life, just go and solve using completing the square method. So this is 3x squared minus 15. All I just need to do is to say 3x squared times minus 15. That is the first term and the last term. This should give me 45x squared. So, and I know that 45 factors of 45 is the same thing as saying 45 here. I'll do 3 here, 15. 3 here, 5. 5 here, 1. So, and we know that 9, this is multiplication. We know that 9 times 5 is the same thing as 45. So I can use this. I can use 9 and 5, because why am I using it? I'm looking for something that if I use 9 times 5 gives me 45. So I'm looking for something that if I put together, it can replace the middle term. We're always looking for ways to replace the middle term. So I can say, and remember that is minus 45x that we need to have. So how do I put 9 and 5 together so that when I times it, it gives me minus 45x squared? So let's say I put let's say I put 9x here, then I put let's say I put 9x squared, then I put minus 5. It will give me minus 45x squared. So how do I now split it so that it will be able to come out? It will be able to come out as 4x. It's the same thing as saying 9x then minus 5x. If you do these two together, if you put these two together, 9x minus 5x should give you 4x. So you see the stress. That is why I always advise my students, don't even try using factorization method. There are tricks to this, but it's not worth it, because exam is something that works with time. If it's completing the square, you're doing what you're doing. So I'll use this now, because it's equals to 4x and is equals to the value I get when I multiply this. So I'll use this to replace this 4, so that this becomes 3x squared. So plus 9x minus 5x. I've used it to replace the 4. Then bring down the 15 minus 15, all equals to 0. So at this point, I need to factor out. Factoring out means this side, this side. So I ask myself, what is common here? I notice that there's x here and there's x here. So let me bring out x, so that I now have, if I bring out x here, I'll have 3x plus 9, then minus, what is common this side? Let's check. I have 5 and I have 5 here, and I have 5 can go into this. So if I do this, I'll have, let's bring out 5 outside. So if 5 go here, it will have x. Then notice that there's minus here, so let's put plus here. So if 5 enter here, 15, it will have 3. Let's be sure. Okay, then I have 3 here equals to 0. But notice that what I have here and what I have here is not the same, which means we were not able to reduce this one to the lowest. So let's say we bring out 3 is still common here. So let's bring it out. I have x already. Let me bring out 3. If 3 go here, you have x. Then if you go here, you have plus 3. So minus 5x plus 3 all equals to 0. So notice that what I have here, x and 3 is the same thing as saying 3x, then x plus 3 minus 5x plus 3 equals to 0. Notice that if I have minus 5 into this, it becomes minus 5x. If I have minus 5 into 3, it becomes minus 15. So I'm correct. So this will be the same thing as saying 3x, the ones outside, minus 5, then x plus 3 all equals to 0. All equals to 0. So that this is now the same thing as saying here I have 3x minus 5 equals to 0. Then I have x plus 3 equals to 0. This is the same thing as saying 3x equals to 5. Divide both sides by 3. So x is equals to 5 over 3. Comma. Then here is the same thing as x equals to minus 3. So you can see that x is equals to minus 3. And you know that quadratic equation, for the fact that the power, once the highest power is 2, that means you have 2 solutions. Or you say 2 roots. And what are the 2 solutions now? This is the first solution. This is the second solution. So this is my answer. And how to check if you are correct is to use the one that never fails, the method that works always, which is completing the square method. So let's see if we can use completing the square method to solve this. Remember I told you that I'm doing using factorization because I'm teaching you. On a good day I will not use factorization. I never use factorization to solve anything because it takes time and it has tricks though. But for something that is efficient, somebody that don't like mistakes or don't like going to it and coming back, just go ahead and use completing the square method. So let's try to solve this using completing the square method. So what I will simply do is to say, since there is 3 here, the coefficient of x squared, the highest power or the highest order, needs to be units. I divide everything by 3. Zero divided by anything is 0. So take the constant term to the other side. Now the minute you take it, you notice that the next method is this middle term, which is coefficient of x. Take the half. For example, half of 4. We know that half of 4 is 4 times 1 over 2. 2 is half of 4. So the same thing here. I'll bring a coefficient of x here is 4 over 3. Times 1 over 2. Then square it. And this is going to give me 4. This is the same thing as saying 4 over 6. 4 times 1, 4. 3 times 2, 6. So notice that there's something common here. Reduce it to lowest fraction. 2 can go here to give you 2. 2 can go here to give you 3. So now take the square. Then carry this thing that you've gotten and add to both sides. Both sides. So I'll have x squared plus 4x over 3 plus 2 over 3 all squared equals to 15 over 3. And 15 over 3, 3 here, 1, 3 here, 5. So this is the same thing as saying 5, then add the half of coefficient to the other side, which is 2 over 3 all square. Now, I'm always looking for ways to cancel the middle term. Notice that this middle term is what we had to do something to. We took the half of it, then we squared it, so it's inside here. So I will simply do factoring out x plus 2 over 3. The ones we square, bring it together. Take the square, equals to the right hand side, which is 5 plus 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. Using LCM, we can do this, or we can say, yes, we can do this times this. 5 times 9, 45. Then 4 times 1, 4. 9 times 1, 9. Use another way to go about it. Left, right. Alright, so equals to x plus 2 over 3 all squared. So let's do this. This is the same thing as saying 14. 9 over 9. And x plus 2 over 3 all squared. Take the square root of both sides, or you say square crossing equality sign becomes square root. X plus 2 over 3 equals to root 49 over 9. Okay, we know that root 49, yes, root 49 should be, that is, taking the root, it should be 7. Let's check. Root 49, yes, 7 all over 3, then x plus 2 over 3. So notice that this is the same thing as saying everything you're crossing equality sign, so you become x equals to, and remember that when we did this, it's supposed to plus and minus, so plus and minus, then this becomes minus 2 over 3 plus minus 7 over 3. So this is the same thing as saying x is equals to minus 2 over 3 plus 7 over 3, or minus 2 over 3 minus 7 over 3. Okay, let's do this one. Everything here is 3, so we'll do 3 times 2. X is equals to 3 times, okay, since the LCM is the same, we just have 3. So let's do this. Minus 3 plus 2 is the same thing as saying 7 plus 7 minus 2, which is 5, or 3. Minus 2 minus 7 is the same thing as saying minus 9 all over 3. So notice that 3 can go here 1, 3 go here 3. So which gives me minus 3, or 5 over 3. X is equals to. So you see, I prefer using completing the square method. I have the same answer. That's what I have. So where most students find issues is that they spend time trying to argue. How did he now factor this thing out? How did he do this thing? I've told you, we're always trying to eliminate the middle term. That is why is the middle term that we took half of and then square it. So when we took half of the middle term and squared it, we have no business with it again. So we just come and factor out the ones with square. Then add to both sides. We added it to both sides. So this is how to use factorization method and completing the square to solve quadratic equations. So and I remember I told you always use completing the square method. So this is your assignment, everything here. So in our next class, we will look at how to determine the nature of a quadratic equation. We've done deriving the equation. So today's class is just on completing the square and factorization method. Thank you.